In the pre-dawn darkness of an October Saturday, most of Sydney's population still sleeps. But this location in the CBD is a hive of activity. Under the inspired leadership of Sister Fidelis McTighe, a band of volunteers prepares breakfast for up to 70 guests. Its genesis goes back to 2015.
I was walking over to St. Bridget's and I saw all these men and women under the bridge, homeless people. So I thought, look, we've got to do something. The van wouldn't come down here, so I thought, well, I'll bite the bullet and start the breakfast.
And from small beginnings, big things grow.
We started off fairly small, although we had about maybe 50 people, I think, to start with, but of course it has grown now. We sometimes have 100. We cater for 70 every week, but we could have up to 100. It's just grown bigger, brighter and better. You know, we started off with baked beans and toast and sausages, but as you can see from all the volunteers, they've all brought their own dishes, and now it's just fantastic breakfast. The guys call it the King's Breakfast.
Some volunteers are inner city locals. Others come from further afield. Each has their own specialty dish.
Start off, we just have sauteed mushrooms, and we get those going first thing in the morning because they just take a while to saute slowly, and then that's one of the favorites, though. They really like the mushrooms.
Teresa is from Boston. When her husband's work brought them to Sydney, they moved into an apartment near St. Pat's.
So I got involved with the church and found out about the breakfast and have been coming every morning, and little by little there's always something to do, and I've met many of the guests and become friendly.
Maria travels to the city to join the catering team. Her specialty dish is a hearty fried rice.
Initially we thought it's going to be too heavy for them in the morning, but the intention really is so that they have takeaway. Really, this is for their lunch and dinner. The fried rice is filled with, ham, bacon, sausages, and so forth, because it's a meal in itself. My kids ask me, Mom, where's the rice?
Marist fathers from the community lend a hand too, both on the barbecue and in the kitchen. Among them is Father Fred Cado. It's his 5th year at St. Pat's.
I come from Fiji, and I worked before that 4 years in Burnie in Tasmania. Coming to the city is a different environment. Ham is donated every week, and helping here with all the volunteers is a great exercise early in the morning, so it's good to be here.
As for the clientele, Sister Fidelis had clear ideas from the outset.
What I felt all the time was that we wanted to treat them really as guests, so therefore we weren't just going to hand them things. We were going to get a table, as you can see, have tablecloths on them, sit them down, be able to chat to them.
Support for the enterprise comes from the Catholic Education Office and a number of Catholic schools that hold collection drives for donations. Some schools roster students to help out. It's not only food on offer. Clothes and toiletries are available too, and socks are always in demand.
For them it's very important because their socks get worn out really quickly.
But especially prized are swags donated by the Knights of Malta and the Canterbury Leagues Club. They're both practical and a great comfort.
Especially in the winter time, there were people sleeping in the side streets with practically nothing, wrapped with newspapers and things like that. You open it up, it's got a pillow, it's got everything in it. They can wrap it up. In the middle of the rain, they don't get wet. And it's just been a blessing for them, the people that sleep in the gutters and in the parks.
Guests start arriving from 5:30 for yogurt and cereal. What follows is something of a banquet. It's thumbs up from regular guest Lance.
I come here every Saturday. It's absolutely the best breakfast in Sydney. I had a friend running a 5-star hotel's kitchen down the road, and I posted a photo of breakfast on social media. He looked at it and he said, "Good God, that's better than we have." He came up here the next Saturday and he said, "Yep, it is." They charge $65 a plate down there.
Breakfast gets the seal of approval from Lance's dog also. Murray too is a long-time attendee.
And it's something I look forward to coming on Saturday. Kicks off my Saturday, and then I go and put my nose in a book in the library somewhere.
Among the diners this morning is surprise guest Bishop Terry Brady.
Well, I've heard about the breakfast at St. Pat's. This is the first time I have experienced a business. If you look around here, a lot of these men and women know each other. They come here for community. It's not just about the eating part of it, but they want to come to a place where they feel safe, and they've got community, and they feel loved, they feel embraced. Like all of us, we all need that as human beings.
Still to come is the piece de resistance. Sue's bread and butter pudding is a great favourite.
The gentlemen enjoy it. It reminds them of their childhood. So, yeah, and they have it with some ice cream.
I think the fact that it's a home style thing, it reminds them it's got a lot of sentiment.
When Sue was away in Melbourne for a week, the bread and butter pudding was sorely missed.
There was a bit of a riot, but they wanted it even more the week after. So.
And for Sue, that enthusiasm means a lot.
I just feel like I've done something really, really good for someone. Something very basic, something taken for granted normally, but they really appreciate it.
The call to hospitality is a long-held Christian tradition. It is a call to love and to be loved. It is a call to communion. And breakfast at St. Pat's is rewarding for all.
A sense of community. It really is. I've met some wonderful people and just feel welcome. It's a very welcoming feeling. I think that the guests give us as much as we give to them. I don't think it's, I just think it's very mutual for everybody.
We gain a lot more than we give. It's definitely not a one-way street. It's definitely a two-way street. Just to listen to the stories of these men, just to see that we've learned so much from them, and the resilience of them.